Hello, everybody. Okay, please hold. My house is like mad chaos, not in a mean way, in like the electricity is off. I've got dogs in a house full of kids and people. You guys, happy Thanksgiving one day early in the United States. All right, we're gonna get started. My name is Stephanie, and we're gonna give you some actions to dominate this buy two, get one free. But before we do, really quick, I want to say, hey, Marta, thank you for translating. You guys want to hear a really quick funny story? If you do not know me, my name is Stephanie. I have been drinking and sharing ketones for over 8 years. And somebody told me that I was being made fun of at the last event we went because I hopped on a call like this and I said this. I said, hi, everybody, welcome. We're translating in Mexican. And I was like, why didn't somebody tell me that? Clearly, we're translating in Spanish, but I thought that was so funny. So I thought I was the brunt of everybody's funny joke. So I think that's funny. All right, we're going to give you some actions. But before we do, I have been in some chat threads with Craig. If you do not know who Craig is, I know you're laughing. Marta thinks that's funny. Craig is our leading IT computer guy. And so there has been some on and off, website. We say like, hey, we already broke the website and it's Black Friday. So he is on it. He is fixing it. The biggest thing I love is we get to use our AQ adaptability. I think most of them are working right now, but he's like, it's not 100%, but I'm working on it and it will be very soon. So I just simply tell my customers, hey, guess what? Everybody wants ketones on Black Friday. So just be adaptable and come back in 20 or 30 minutes. And so just smile, have a nice face, tell them we love you, and you will get your ketones very soon. Also, did you guys see the dollar? Did you guys all see your pulse? Everybody see the pulse? Give me a thumbs up. Give me, yes. Make sure that you're watching the pulse all weekend and into Cyber Monday, because it's not just going to be a buy two, get one free. Oh, you guys, my husband is so great. My disposal stopped working. And so he just got it working. And the lights came on. Everything is falling into place. You guys, this is so great. Nobody wants a stinky house on Thanksgiving. So I feel like I'm all over the place, but here is what's so fun. Watch your pulse, because it's not just the buy two, get one free. There's a lot of little fun things coming all over in Europe and here in Mexico and Canada. It's going to look different in lots of different places, but there may be some fun 40% offs. There's maybe some fun just blitz sales here and there. I can't wait for Cyber Monday. So I want you to stay tuned to your pulse, but we're going to give you some actions and then we're going to let you go. So I'm going to kick it to Mandy, who is the number one, I believe, person in Prove It, to give you some actions. She's actually one of my favorite people, but she actually is, I think, one of the best teachers. Although there's a lot of you on here, I think she's great. So Mandy Mitchell, what should we do today?
Hi, how are you? Wow, what a morning that we broke the internet already. Oh, somebody just ordered. I just got a pulse. That must mean the internet is working, because this girl has texted me 900 times about why she can't get in. And I just saw her order go through. So yay, that's an especially good reason for us to push through some good information quickly and get to work. It's very interesting. Real quick, hi, my name is Mandy Mitchell. I've been drinking and sharing ketones for 7 years. This month was my 7-year prove-iversary. And I love sales. I love promotions. I love new flavor drops. I love when Prove It gifts us these moments, these excuses, these reasons to reach out and talk to people. So first and foremost, that's exactly what this is. We aren't just doing Black Friday because that's what the whole world does, okay? We're doing Black Friday because that's what Prove It does. Prove It gives everybody an opportunity, as often as humanly possible, to reach out to new people, to follow up with our current people, to have conversations. So my goal today is to make sure everybody understands exactly what the sale is. Like Stephanie said, what else might be coming. We don't know specifics, right? But we know there's more stuff coming. So it's not just this. So to make sure we know all of that stuff. And I found it really fascinating. This was not on my original notes. But as we're talking about this, and I saw this order come in indicating that maybe things are working now. It's very interesting. Drop a 1 in the chat if you had this fight or flight feeling this morning, like it all started, and I have to talk to all these people, and I also have to prep the sweet potatoes and make the, I mean, maybe Karen in Canada, you didn't have to worry about making sweet potatoes for tomorrow, but I have to prep my sweet potatoes and get my cranberry relish made, and I have all this stuff to do, and I have an appointment, and to, and I need to take a shower, and I have all these messages, and then the site is down, and it was just very interesting because for some of us, the site being down incited more panic. And there was a couple of us in chats going, oh, praise God. I'm actually really grateful that it's down because it gave me a little bit this morning to take a deep breath, to get my ish together, to create suspense. Yes, I saw that pop up in the chat. To create some suspense, to create some sense of urgency. It's actually, to me, it just adds to the conversation. Like, I've already been able to say to people, well, I guess this means people are standing around with their wallets in their hands, so I wouldn't waste too much time grabbing your ketones. Get the order in today, right? So here's what we're gonna do. I just think it's funny. Were you a person that went, whew, I want to know? Did you go, oh, thank you, Jesus, for this little bit of a reprieve so I could brush my teeth and pour myself a cup of coffee and shake up my ketones? Or were you like, wah! I just want to know, which one were you? I was happy. Sorry. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure we understand what the sales are. We're going to talk about who we can talk to for the Black Friday sale, and we're going to give you some exact action steps and verbiage to use as you're talking to people. I have some new stuff that I've been using. So if you've popped on to Zooms with me before where I've given you action steps and verbiage, I've got some new stuff that I've been using lately that has been really, really powerful. So I'm going to start with that, and then we're going to get into the action steps. Cool? Okay, so first of all, like Stephanie said, we have buy two, get one going on right now, and we have huge, huge discounts on our promoter packs. One thing I did get to practice, just so we all know, and I'm assuming this will still be the case, but maybe Nick or Stephanie, you could correct me if I'm wrong. I did get to practice last night. Pro tip, anytime a sale drops, practice. Go to your website as if you are a customer and practice. Pretend like you're going to put in an order so you can see what it looks like for people. You can see what's working. You can see if your coupon codes work. You can see if your give 20 get 20 is working. That is the first thing I did last night. Was I read the flyer and it said no other discounts, and I went, I wonder if that includes our give 20 get 20 or our give 10 get 10. So I immediately, instead of going, Stephanie, do you know? Nick, do you know? Instead of asking them, I went, well, I can figure this out for myself, right? So I went to my website as if I were a new customer collecting the $20 off coupon. I put in my own email. Don't worry, I will recycle my code later. I put in my own email. I ordered 3 boxes. I pretended to order 3 boxes of Groovy Grape. It took the extra $20 off. So good news is those are working. Okay, so we're going to use that as part of our conversation as well. And before I get started on all the things I'm going to suggest that we do over the next handful of days, I want to remind you all, because I remind myself this every time we have a promotion. We are not being salesy when we remind people or notify people or poke people and say, hey, we've got something special going on. You are not being salesy. Unless you send someone a flyer in your link and you don't say anything else, you are not being salesy. And I don't think anyone inside of Prove It. We've got incredible trainers who have been training on these calls every week. We've got incredible trainers who have been doing action steps every single morning. I don't think a single person has said, just start messaging out the flyer in your link to everyone. I don't think I've heard that once. So you're not being salesy, you're doing people a favor. And I want to share 2 little scenarios to kind of help, maybe even a few scenarios to help you kind of get in the mood to be I'm gonna say be a salesperson, but you're not being salesy, right? So number one, has anybody had 9,486 emails in the last handful of days from all of the companies that have already kicked off their Black Friday stuff? Yeah. Guess what? It's normal. People expect it. In fact, I think we live in a world where people rely on it. I don't have to go look for ads. I don't have to go check anybody's websites. You want to know why? Because I know every place I've ever signed up for text is going to text me. I know every place I've ever ordered from is going to email me. Okay. We live in a world where information is spoon fed to people who are consumers. So if you don't reach out, if you don't notify people, if you don't poke them, if you don't send them messages, you are so behind the eight ball because they're going to spend their money. But they are going to spend it with the people who are sending them the emails, sending them the text, sending them, right? We expect it. I don't have to go to the Target flyer and look to see what's on Black Friday. They emailed me. Okay. I know. All right. So that's number one. Number two, and this is where the shift in my language lately has come. I shared this on a smaller team call the other day, but I was at the hair salon. My daughter is a hairstylist and she works for Ulta. And I was checking out after my appointment and I had to wait because there was somebody checking out in front of me. And the customer checking out in front of me was a customer of one of the makeup counters. I think it was Lancome. Okay. And the Lancome consultant had all of her makeup in her free gift box. And she brought it up to the table and she was checking her out. And she said, by the way, on Saturday, we are having a makeover event. We're going to do your skincare. We're going to do your makeup. I have a handful of times that are still available. Would you like to come at 11 or would you like to come at 2? And the anxiety, y'all, the anxiety that I had when she asked this girl that question, anybody get a little like, listening to her? Okay. I was like, what is about to go down? This sweet lady that she was helping she looked at her husband and she went, I think I could do the 11 o'clock. Okay, great. And she signed her up. Now, maybe they had talked about it earlier. I don't know. But Lynn, that's number one. I love that Lynn saw it right away. The consultant had certainty. I have something that you want and need. I have this opportunity for you to come and try out more products on Saturday. So it was certainty. She didn't say, would you be interested in? Would you like to know what times we have? Does this sound like something that you might enjoy? She just said, oh, we're doing this. Which time slot can I put you down for? She was certain. That's number one. Number two, I loved that she didn't say, do you want to come or do you not want to come? Do you see where I'm going with this? She just assumed she wanted to come and gave her two options. And in my head, immediately, my brain went click, 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 click. This is how I should be wrapping up all of the conversations I have, whether we have a promotion or not, y'all, but specifically, especially today, how do you want to get started? This way or this way? Okay, so you're going to see that shift when I share. If you've listened to me do any of these action hours before or these action calls before, you're going to hear the little shift in my language that I've made that has made so much difference. I mean, the level at which my new volume increased after I changed this, like I did the same amount of new volume in a handful of days that it took me first 10 days to do. So it's like in half the time. I did the same amount of new volume just by switching my language. Okay. So we're going to get to that in just a second. All right. So we know what the sales are. We have buy two, get one free. We have incredible discounts on our promoter packs. Plus the Dollar Keto Club is back. So those are the two current sales. There are other sales that will come, we've heard, so we're going to keep our eyes peeled on the pulse. Let's talk really quickly about who we can reach out to first. So I'm going to speed through this with respect for the translation, but also for the respect for our time. Here's just an idea. So if anybody wants to type this in the chat while I share it, or if you're taking notes, here's just a list, a mental checklist of people that we should be following up with during the promotion. So hopefully, y'all, we have had such great trainers giving us action steps. We've had so many. We had Chrissy and Amber do a whole training on Monday about how to prep for Black Friday. So hopefully you've already done some of that pre-work, right? Which means you've made some posts, you've put up some stories. If you haven't, please do that, okay? Letting people know that there is a Black Friday sale. So first and foremost, we're gonna go and communicate with the people who interacted with what we've already done. So any posts or stories that we've already done, people who've been asked to go into our VIP groups or our chats or whatever we've created, okay? Anybody who's participated in Freebie Friday, those are great people. People enter to win the things they want. They don't enter to win things they don't want. So those are people who want ketones. Anyone who's ordered new from you in the last 30 days, for those of you who are new or are working on an MVP or an MVP multiplier, if they order again during the sale, that's going to be more new volume towards your bonuses. Anyone, if you've been here long enough for this to apply to you, anyone who has not ordered in the last 12 months or more, those are your cold people. Those people, if they place an order today, are going to be new volume. If they place an order through the sale, right? New volume because they haven't ordered in the last 12 months or more. I'm going to reach out to everyone who has a trial pack out. I'm going to reach out to people who I know have been on the fence, right? A lot of time that on the fence is not their uncertainty in the product. It's their, oh, I just don't know if I should spend the money. Y'all, I knew this product was going to work for me. I took my hands off the keypad 56 times because I didn't know if I should spend the money, right? So a sale, which didn't exist when I got started, probably would have gotten me started a month earlier, just so you know. People that you love. Y'all, we've all got people in our lives who have not started drinking ketones yet, and we love them and we wish that they would. So this is a great opportunity to reach out to them. People you've met at events or keto life parties. Every time we have a promotion, I think to myself, Keto Liz in Canada must have 9,846 people to reach out to. Heidi in Canada, you must have 9,846 people to reach out to because you two do nothing but events and booths and tables. Okay, y'all have lots of people to reach out to. I would not have a lot in that category. Okay, but that's the beauty of this business. We can do whatever makes us happy and brings us joy, right? Reach out to your teammates. There are 63 people on this call. We all have teammates that are not on this call. So reach out to them. Make sure they know, right? Just poke them. Did you see? Do you know? If the website is back up and running now, which I think it is because I've gotten some pulses with orders going through, take a peek at the flavors that are in the VIP. I haven't gotten to see the full shebang because the site was not, I wasn't able to get into VIP, but take a peek at those. If there are fun flavors that are back, I think I saw last night, like I said, Groovy Grape, I did see was on there. So if that's on there, like reach out to the people who love Groovy Grape. Okay. I see people shaking their head that it's not, but it was there last night. So it's also possible we just haven't fixed all of the things yet. So we're going to take deep breaths and be patient and hopeful. But should that happen, that's just an example, right? There are other flavors in your VIP that people do love. So you can reach out to those. I would also add to this list your big spenders. So especially if you have Pulse Pro, which if you don't have it, I could do a whole spiel on why you should. But if you don't have it, get it. If you do have it, you can go to your community and check on your loyal customers and your hot customers. Those are the people who love ketones as much as you. Those are the people that don't hesitate to spend the money on a product that they love. They have a smart chip every single month. They spend the most money. If you haven't checked that sidebar, check it. You will be blown away, I'm being honest, at what people spend on this product. So anytime you have doubt where you go, oh, people don't, it's expensive and people don't, I want you to find that section of your Pulse Pro, if you have it, and look at what your people spend, because I'm blown away. In my previous life before ketones, I could have never afforded to spend what people spend on ketones regularly. And it just makes me so proud. So if you ever have a moment of doubt, go look. If you have one person who's a big spender, it'll make you feel proud. So go check in with those people. All right. So that's just a spitball list of things that people we can reach out to. But let's talk about what to say. And then here's where I'm going to show you that like little language shift that I've made that's just been really huge. So I have a little formula that I typically share. I think I've shared it with you guys before. There's the tweak is in this formula. So I'm going to give you some bullet points and then I'm going to give you examples, and we're going to do that in the next 9 minutes so we can all get off of here and get to work. Are we good? We're going to keep it a 30-minute call, and a 30-minute call run by Mandy Mitchell is a Hanukkah miracle. Let's just put it there. Okay. It is a miracle. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to do 5 little bullet points and then a little asterisk. If you want to make yourself a little list, 5 little bullet points and then an asterisk. I'm going to give you the outline and then I'm going to give you the example. So bullet point number 1 is messaging you because. If someone wants to type this, I would appreciate it. Bullet point number 2 is did you see? Did you see? This is the teacher Mandy and me coming out. Bullet point number 3 is no big deal. No big deal. Every time I do this part, I feel like I'm back in my giving a spelling test phase of my teacher career, where I would be like, ketones. Number 3 is ketones. And then I would use it in a sentence, and then I would give the kids a few minutes to spell it out. Oh, the nostalgia. Okay. Number 4, didn't want you to miss out. Didn't want you to miss out. Number 5 is let me know. And I want you to underline this because this is where my verbiage has changed. So if you've heard me do this part before, this is where my verbiage has changed. So number 5 is let me know. And then right next to the asterisk, I want you to write the word new. And that's just going to trigger us to remember the next part if we're talking to somebody brand new. Okay. All right. So let's go through an example or two of what this outline looks like when I reach out to people about the promotion. Okay. So let's do a brand new person first. Okay. So this is somebody brand new who's been on the fence. We've chatted a few times, but they have not pulled the trigger. Okay. So Stephanie, you're going to be my guinea pig. Cool. Stephanie and I have been chatting about ketones. She's asked me a few questions. But she's never pulled the trigger. Okay. I'm going to reach out to Stephanie. Maybe she's played Freebie Friday. We don't really know, but she just hasn't done it yet. Okay. So I'm just going to shoot Stephanie a message and it's going to go something like this. And you can watch me go through these bullet points. Hey, Stephanie. Mandy Mitchell here, because maybe it's on Facebook and she knows that, but maybe it's my cell phone and she doesn't. I'm messaging you because, and here's the pro tip, y'all, it's not because we have a huge sale. That's not why I'm messaging Stephanie. I'm messaging Stephanie because I know we've chatted a handful of times about ketones. So, hey, Stephanie, Mandy Mitchell here. I'm messaging you because I know we've chatted a handful of times about ketones and you haven't yet been ready. That's why I'm messaging her. Did you see? Or you can say, I wanted to make sure. She said, oh, hello. Yes, it's been crazy over here. Mom life. Look, we're having an actual back and forth. Okay. So then I'm going to say, did you see? Or I wanted to make sure you saw, right? You can use whatever, however you want that to look for you. Did you see that we're having a giant Black Friday sale? It's buy two, get one free. That's where I'm going to tell her about the sale. And then I'm going to say, it's no big deal if it's still not your time. Okay, that lets her off the hook. It lets me off the hook. It feels so much better. She's going to say, oh no, I didn't see it. My electricity went out. My sink is broke. My dogs are wild. I have a crazy sister in town. Your sister does look crazy. I would love to be her friend. Every time I see your daughters post reels about her, I'm like, she is my kind of girl. So messaging you because did you see? Listen, it's no big deal if it's still not time for you to get started. Okay. But I didn't want you to miss out. And then you can enter here. Why do you think she's going to miss out? Sometimes we have promotions that are only a day long. This one we have multiple days, but honestly, we're probably going to sell out of things. It sounds like some things are already out of stock, which is crazy. So I might say it's no big deal if you're not ready to get started, but I didn't want you to miss out since some flavors are already gone. Okay, so I'm going to add that in there. Now, what I used to say was, let me know if you want the deets, or let me know if you want the link, or let me know if you want the hookup. Here is what I've changed it to. Okay. Let me know if you'd like to grab a trial pack or get started with the sale. That's how I would talk to Stephanie because she's brand new. Let me know if you'd like me to get a trial pack out your way. Or if you'd like to get started with the sale. Okay. And then in that little asterisk section where I said new, this is where if I'm talking to a brand new person, I can say, also, if you decide to go with the sale, I have an additional $20 off I can give you that you can stack with this. That'll save you even more money. Okay. So I'm not saying to her, do you want the information or not? Man, I used to think that was so good. Let me know if you want the hookup. Let me know if you want the details. And now I'm thinking, how many people did I not urge to make a decision because I didn't give them two choices? I give people two choices all the time when I'm talking about trial packs. Do you want 5 or 10? Do you want 10 or 20? Right? But it took that lady at the Lancome counter to make me go, oh, shnikes, I could be doing this for everything. So that's my new language for a new person. Let me know if you want to get started with the sale or if you'd rather get started with a trial pack. Right? Give them two options so that if the answer is no, they have to come up with that answer. You didn't kind of gift it to them, right? So that's a change in language there. I'm going to do one more example of somebody maybe who is a big spender or consistent smart shipper and tell you what my language would look like in that situation with that little switch. So same thing. We are gonna say, Liz, you're gonna be my big spender. Okay, you're gonna be my customer that I reach out to who just buys all the ketones. And I'm gonna say all the same thing. Liz, oh my gosh, I'm messaging you because I know you're just as obsessed with ketones as me. I see all your orders go through. And then I'm going to say, so I wanted to make sure you saw, or did you see? So I'm messaging her because she loves her ketones and she buys a lot. Did you see we have a huge Black Friday sale that just dropped? It's buy two, get one. It's no big deal if you're not in need anymore. I know I just saw you stock up last week, but I figured you love a good deal. So you might want to grab more. and I didn't want you to miss out. Some of the flavors are already gone. So I'd at least hop on there and peek, right? We're just going to have a normal conversation. And then I'm going to say, instead of saying, let me know if you want the deets, or let me know if you want the hookup, or let me know if you have any questions, which is what I was doing, I am like Mandy Mitchell 2.0 now. Well, this is probably Mandy Mitchell 7.0, if I'm being honest. It's all about the growth when you do this business, right? So my new version of that is it's more like, let me know if you'd like to shop the buy two get one sale, or if you'd like to grab a deeply discounted promoter pack and come do this business with me. Let's give them the option of, do you want to be a customer? And I've heard Nick Martinez say this all the time. Do you want to get started as a customer or a promoter? Okay. And that always made a ton of sense to me, but for some reason it was my Ulta Lancome encounter experience that made it all click for me. I guess because I'm a shopper, I'm a consumer by heart. It just made sense to me. So my new question to Liz, instead of being, let me know if you want the deets, or let me know if you have any questions, or let me know if you want to try something new, it's going to be, let me know if you want to get started with it, or let me know if you want to grab the buy two, if you want to shop with the buy two get one, or if you want to grab one of the promoter kits and come do this business with me. They're deeply discounted today too, right? So we're going to give them two options. So hopefully that gives you some ideas who we can talk to, how we reach out to them. And ultimately, y'all, the key is this. And I've said this a handful of times, I'm going to say it again, and I really truly believe this. You cannot overshare right now, especially for those people in the United States who are, this is a holiday weekend. And I mean, it is a holiday weekend. It is like people, I drove by restaurants and bars last night that were just packed with families and friends just coming. I mean, people started vacation on Monday and they will be vacationing and traveling and everything through Monday. And everything that's on your list, 10x it for somebody else, right? So just assume that they've got more to do than you. People aren't on the internet as much. They aren't on social media as much. They aren't checking their emails as much. You might email somebody, your customers might have their emails, but they might be their work emails and they're not in the office this week, right? So we have to assume, especially during this whole season, we have to assume that people see us less, and therefore it's a great time to do more. And it doesn't necessarily mean ignore everything else about you and just be a prove it promoter, but it means don't be afraid that you post about it today, you post about it tomorrow, you post about it on Friday, you post about it on Saturday, you poke people today, you poke people on Friday, you poke people on Sunday. It is okay. If they don't like it, they will tell you to leave them alone. But like I said, we are so used to companies feeding us. We don't have to go search for the information. And if we don't stay in front of our people, they're going to spend their money, y'all. There's money to be spent. And this is the weekend that it gets spent. I think Blake Mallon on a call the other day shared that the reason why this is called Black Friday is because most companies are in the red all year until this weekend. And they're the day after Thanksgiving sales, things that people are buying for Christmas or for themselves or whatever, that is what puts them in the black. That's what puts them in the black. So that's why it's called Black Friday. So this is, if that's the general trend for most companies, that this is the weekend that they get put in the black, there's money being spent, y'all. And there's no reason why people won't spend it with you so long as you are communicating with them. So there's a sense of urgency for us as well. And oh, those are great examples, George. I'm reading that. He's like, do you want me to send you a link to a charged box or a caffeine-free box? That might be a good way. Do you want charged or caffeine-free? Do you want to start with a variety pack box, or do you have a favorite flavor that I can send you a link to? Like, give people two choices. So it's really, those are great examples. Great examples. All right, y'all, I went 5 minutes over. I'm so sorry. I hope that was really helpful. Share this recording once it comes out with people who weren't able to hop on today. And I hope that new language helps you as much as it's been helping me. It has really just been such a shift. And honestly, it just makes me feel so good. Like, that little shift in my language added, it sounds weird, but it added to my certainty. Because there isn't a part of me going, oh, I wonder if she's going to want the deets. No, I gave you the deets. Here's the two options you have. Let me know which one works, right? It just filled me with more certainty. So hopefully it does that for you as well. I hope you have a really great day. Happy Thanksgiving. Stephanie, if there's anything else.
Nope, you end it. Time to go to work.
Let's go to work. I love and appreciate y'all. Have a great day.